All right, welcome back, everybody. Trading Rolly here. Let's talk Bitcoin. Let's talk some crypto. Let's talk technical analysis. Go ahead, hit the like, comment, subscribe, tick the bell for notifications. I've got a possible descending triangle formation or a possible symmetrical triangle formation, sideways consolidation. Lots to talk about, jam-packed. So guys, remember, these are my own ideas and opinions on the market. Please do your own research. Trade at your own risk. I am not your financial advisor. Let's look at the market real quick. We can see red, 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 red. Polkadot, though, yesterday had a great day, so you're still 24 hours up 2%, but the last 7 days up 33%. Polkadot was at a $14. Chainlink, all-time high, still up 10% last 24 hours. Looking good. So if Bitcoin can consolidate above 30K or maybe in this symmetrical triangle, it'll allow the altcoins to catch up because Bitcoin has been leading the show. The altcoins have been the laggards. If Bitcoin dumps down below 30K, it could drag the market with it. So we got a lot to look at here. Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 88. We were trending above 90 for about 2 months at least. Finally dipping below as price dips below. We couldn't stay in the greedy zone that long. Get a little bit of a dip, a little reprieval, and then we can march back to greed season, right? Looking at the Bitcoin altcoin season index, we can see that mostly Bitcoin has outperformed all of the altcoins. Only a handful have outperformed Bitcoin. Bitcoin season down here, maybe you get a breakout. So if we get that consolidation, you can see this trend higher and the altcoins get a turn to catch up. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the Bitcoin chart right now. On the 4-hour, you can see, one touch, two touch, so possibly a rising trend line of support. It dropped right through, price dropped right through it, actually dipped down below, retested it, rejected as resistance. So support flipped as resistance. Now, we have a definite lower high right here, definite. And then you could draw a trend line from this touch to that touch. So possibly looking at more of a symmetrical triangle. This would be typically a continuation pattern. If you have a downward resistance and a rising support and an uptrend, it's going to typically break bullish. If this wasn't a downtrend, macro downtrend, it would continue downwards. So this would be most ideal to consolidate here, trend sideways, let the altcoins go higher. However, if this is not a symmetrical triangle and this is a descending triangle, you could chop around this level. 30K would be the support line, and you could have a breakdown to maybe around 27,000. There is a little bit of a support box we could draw right here. Let's get that little support box. So you could, this trading range there, often these sideways trading ranges can create support down the road. You have one there, and then we have another one here. And the only thing about this, guys, and this is around 23 to 24,000. This is going to be 27,000. We already got a 25% drop right here. 25% drop. Down to this region would be your 34% drop. This would be typical of the 2017 bull run. Everyone looks back at, you saw multiple 35% drops. They lasted a couple weeks and then you broke higher. So this would be that range. But if we came all the way down here, 24,000, that's a 42% drop. That would be more severe than any of the pullbacks in 2017. All the way to 20,000 would be a 50% drop. So anything like that would be very different from the 2017 bull run. Bitcoin has been moving in fractals. Bitcoin has been moving in cycles. So we can use that past price action to gauge possibilities now. It doesn't have to happen the same way, though. So if we drop to 20K, that would be different. If we even drop down to this range here, 40%, that would be different. This would be the same, down to 27,000. Or people are arguing that in this bull run, you won't get the 35%. It might be less because there's more, the market cap is higher. There's more liquidity. Smaller cap altcoins can shoot up 100%, drop 50%. There's less capital involved, so it's easier to push the price. You know, a large amount on a small cap coin can push the price fast, but a large amount on Bitcoin might not push it as much. For example, the S&P 500, a 5% move is a big move in the S&P. So the higher the market cap of Bitcoin goes up, maybe these pullbacks and volatility should get less. That's why they said for Bitcoin to be a stable currency, it might need to be worth $1 million, where it just fluctuates, 2% would be a big fluctuation at $1 million possibly. All right, so anyways, 25% was a good deal. It was a good deal. If I can get, down low 30Ks, might be a good time to buy too. If I can get lower, I will buy there as well. The lower we go, the heavier I will allocate because I believe Bitcoin, no matter where you buy, it's going to be higher down the road. If we're at 100K and you are like, I don't know, do I buy at 25K or do I buy at 35K? It's going to look dumb down the road, okay? But I get it. If you've been buying at 8,000, 10,000, it's kind of hard to do up here. So yes, I would like a good discount. But you might not get it because there is Grayscale, PayPal, and all these billionaires piling in. Now you got retail piling in. There's not enough Bitcoin to go around. Let's look at 2017 real quick. There is a little bit of a potential fractal going on with June. All right, look at this. June 2017. It's going to blow your mind. All right. That drop was 25% drop, identical to what we just saw. You bounced higher, lower high, and then a month later, 30 bars, 35 bars, 34 bars, a month later, basically, that's where you got your 35, 36% drop. And then by the time it caught back up to the all-time high, 39 days later, and breaking above that all-time high was 55 days later. So that's why some patience, let's let this play out. And look at this descending triangle. You can see this right here. Bitcoin loves descending triangles. All right. Descending triangle, break down, and then you got bought up. This process here was a month. This process here, a month and a half. So we need to be patient. We all know this descending triangle here. I don't even need to draw 2018. And then you can see this descending triangle here to top out 2019. So possibly you get a little descending triangle here. You can see better on the 4 hour, and your breakdown zone would take us in this range. And this could take some time. We've had a major rally. So now we got to shake out people with the dumps, the volatility, or boring sideways action to shake out people feeling too greedy, feeling too euphoric, okay? All right, let's see. Let me look at some indicators, and then we'll move over to the altcoins. I'm going rapid fast here today. I want to get this video a lot shorter than usual. All right, so your moving averages, you do have the pink 10 simple down here at 24,770 and your yellow 21 EMA at 20,820. For this bull run to maintain, we got to bounce off that yellow 21 EMA. You saw that all along here, maintaining support on the yellow 21 EMA weekly. So you do not want to close below that level. I did say that was a 50% drop roughly. So maybe we consolidate sideways, and as we consolidate sideways, each weekly candle, you will see this moving average move up that way, and then it could meet, price could meet it much higher. So by the time it meets the yellow 21 EMA, it could be all the way here around 25, 27,000. Possibilities, we're just going over possibilities so you can form a game plan, okay? Depending on, are you on margin? Are you spot buying? Are you a hodler? We all have different ranges of, I don't know, time, expectations, capital. It's all very different, okay? But that's what we're looking at there. Your weekly stochastic, I believe, is crossing down. Let me take a look at that real quick. So crossing down, which would, hint this pullback here for sure. Your RSI on the weekly is above the 2017 levels. We did go even higher way back in the day, but each time we went to these extreme levels, you had a large pullback. Okay, bear market territory hitting peaks like that. Okay, but then in 2017 you hit that 90 and oscillated between 90 and the neutral zone 50, and that's what we'd like to see here. If you do pull back, to oscillate up here and stay above those moving averages. Going down to the daily, your stochastic is still crossed down. This RSI doesn't look great. I mean, bearish divergence is usually when you have rising price and you have lower highs here. You do have lower highs here, but look how drastically lower this one is, getting rejected from that 70 range. Okay, so you could be putting in a downtrend on the RSI as well, which would be bearish. And then ultimately, watching the yellow 21 EMA on the daily provides pink 10 simple is going to be a strong trend. Moving averages, great for trending price action. Oscillators, RSI, a little better for ranging price action. But you're maintaining above that pink 10 simple. Obviously, we lost that one. Yellow 21 EMA is that next support line, coming in at 33,556. If you lose that, open the door for that blue 50 simple at 25,848. Kind of lining up with those boxes that we were talking about, that support zone. Okay, we already looked at the 4-hour drawings. You're below your moving averages here, could flip it as resistance. The next level here is at 30,399, 200 EMA. And guys, I like to see my 4-hour Stokes cross up when I want to enter a move, or at least anticipate it. Sometimes you get the hint. And if you're bullish, you can anticipate it sometimes and you'll be right. And sometimes anticipation will catch you on the wrong side. But looking like a temporary bounce here, but that's because your 1 hour RSI is low. Your Stokes are low. So you're getting that little bit of a bounce once. So the 1 hour hits that low RSI, gets a little bit of bounce, a little retrieval, and then gets rejected, and the 4 hour gets to continue lower. You can see there's more room on the 4 hour. This is if we're going to keep trending. See, there's still more room here. But you usually do see a good bounce sometimes when the lower time frames are like that. Your pink 10 simple could act as resistance. It will come down. Your yellow 21 EMA could act as resistance. We'll watch that, okay? But otherwise, could be in a sideways consolidation until we lose that 21 EMA. Wouldn't be panicked to the downside quite yet. And, overall, the dollar index, guys, is bouncing and trending up. And because the dollar index bounced, which, by the way, it bounced from lows we haven't seen since 2017, December 2017, early 2018. This is the lows on the dollar index, and then bounce was where Bitcoin topped out and then went in the bear market, inverse. And now we've reached that point. We were expecting a bounce here because there was support previously, so expecting a bounce, but you are seeing Bitcoin backing off. This is inversely correlated, and not only is this rising higher and potentially, your weekly Stokes up, your RSI is at the bottom. If this continues that way, you could see Bitcoin pull back, because as this is rising, you can see gold is coming down, silver is coming down, the stock market red day, NASDAQ red day. This is all across all markets. It's the dollar index. But if the Democrats are going to put 1.9 trillion stimulus through and more stimulus, this should weaken the dollar eventually. We were just at a critical level that we imagined you would get a bounce, so we're getting the bounce, and maybe it trends higher and gets rejected, you know, previous support, flip resistance, and then trends back lower. We'll have to watch, but this is something to keep your eye on. All right, so let me skip over real quick to some altcoins. All right, hit that like. I'm trying to talk fast here. I might do some editing in the future, but it's been some time, so I needed to get this video out here. Ethereum on the 4-hour is at this critical level. You can see this was a resistance level here, flipped as support, resistance, possible support, losing it. So this one, 11,000, sorry, 11,000, one day. 1,140 seems like a critical level here. You know, if we go to the 1 hour, you can see probably it dipped low. I don't know. Ethereum is going to follow Bitcoin's lead, but you can see 4-hour Ethereum crossed down, which is bearish. You're also losing a trend line there. So this could trend lower. For me, 800 is as low as I'd like to see that go. I would be a buyer down at 800. That was a previous peak right here. So if I got 800, I'd love that opportunity. Otherwise, you could consolidate sideways like Bitcoin. Ethereum's following Bitcoin. Bitcoin moved first, then you saw Ethereum catching up. Litecoin's been kind of moving with Bitcoin as well. Stokes are crossed down. So we're going to need to see these Stokes crossing back up. Right now, also lower highs, very similar. Cardano also crossed down. XRP struggling above 30 or below 30 cents. 30 cents was a key level. You could see this was key level resistance on XRP and getting rejected there. And then you have your daily Stoke crossed down. XRP Coinbase trading will be halted on the 19th, only 4 days away. No one knows what will happen. The whales, big holders, gamblers, they're going to hold theirs. Me, I'm out. I've been flip-flopping in and out, in and out. Luckily, haven't lost any money, only gained. But I can't sit through the lockup or the halting. I don't like lockups. Okay. Link, put in a higher high. All-time high. You have like this resistance. So if it can flip and stay above $17.80, will be good. If you can flip this resistance as support. And you know, we've watched that similar. This was Polkadot, also all-time highs, but look at this resistance, sort of like what we see with Link. Broke above it, retested it. Look at that bounce and wick, beautiful, and then higher. And this was all as Bitcoin was in a panic zone. So some of the alts are using this opportunity. People are moving profits maybe out of Bitcoin into some of the altcoins. YFI, nice. Consolidate previous resistance, flipping as support potentially. Like to stay above 30,000 on YFI. Uni here. Uni also resistance, breakout, resistance, flip as support, bounce back to that resistance. And this resistance is lining up with that previous candle body here. So we're seeing some uptrends on the altcoins while Bitcoin consolidates. That's hopefully we'll see this across the board. One last coin. My timer went off to remind me, wrap it up. Atom, you had that rising support. We were watching this resistance and you hit your resistance level target here. Actually hit the all-time high almost. So another trending up while Bitcoin possibly consolidates. So that's going to be it for me today. Hit that like for me one more time if you like the pace of this video. Like I say, maybe I'll do some editing down the road, but I got to get it out. The price is moving, and it's been a while, so thanks for watching, tuning back in, and I'll see you next time. Rolly roll.